What's going on, guys? How y'all guys doing today? We're gonna get things started here in a second. Trying to get things. What? I did. It's changed. But let's see. Here we go. This is where I'm trying to be, right here. So we have a little bit different setup, as you can see on your end of the screen, because it's come to my attention that if you're watching on your TV, as some of you guys do, you can't see what people are chatting about. So I want to make it to where you guys can see what the conversation is. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this a good setup? So we got one comment in chat. Can you guys see that? I'm getting everything set up on my end. We got some new merchandise coming out. Look at this. Look at this. Got my dealership in like a cartoon. Itsy made those designs with my help with AI. Those will be dropping here later this week. So new merchandise. But hope you guys had a great weekend. Again, we got a different setup for this live stream. So let me know if you guys like this setup or our old one better. Let me see. It's showing me right here. It looks a little blurry.
Maybe I don't have any of those settings.
Let's see. I'm watching myself with Itzy's phone. Yeah, you're watching like 480p. What's wrong with you? Here we go. Much better. What's wrong with my girlfriend? So we'll wait for a little bit more people to get signed in. We'll go over what would happen this week, what we got planned for this week. But how's the sound? How's the video quality? And how do you like this new setup? And how was y'all's weekend? So let me get signed into everything. Kind of rushed this one a bit. Losing some money on crypto, as usual. But it is what it is. What's up, Ed? Perfect. I'm glad everything's looking good. So now you guys can see your chats on the screen, because some people watch on TV and they've told me they can't comment, which is they can comment, it's just really hard. It'd be really hard to comment. So I'm just getting signed into everything right now. Perfect. Did you guys watch that YouTube video I posted today? The part 2? The part 2 on my YouTube. Part 1 went pretty good. I got a lot of views. A decent amount of views. Let's see. Part 2 got, or part 1 got 7,500 views so far, and I posted that 2 days ago. I just posted this other video, part 2, a few hours ago. That's got about 700 views. So we're doing pretty good. And I'm trying to... trying to look at my YouTube because I can't do it on this deal, but we are looking at it right now. Oh, I know why. There we go. Perfect. So other than that, how are you guys doing today? Ed, do you do anything good? Just relax? So we're going to wait for a little bit more people to get signed in on here. I'm trying to make these consistent. I keep changing up the time. Sometimes I usually go a little bit later, but I want to do this one a little bit earlier today. But did you ever see that C3 I was telling you? I know you said you saw it, Ed, in one of my older. Let me see if I can find it. Because I bought this car back. My C3. Oh, you saw it? Cool. I need to watch it because I haven't watched it in a while. I haven't looked at that car in months, and I just bought it just because I knew he took care of it. The guy I sold it to, he wanted to buy a Harley. Oh, your T-shirt finally it took a while to get there. Well, I'm glad it got there, Reggie. I'm glad it got there. Speaking of T-shirts, Itzy just made some more, kind of cartoonish looking, with my help with AI. So she didn't do all of it, I did. But we got to make some more tweaks to it. That'll be live later this week. But did any of you guys check out part 2 to my YouTube video I posted earlier today, a couple hours ago? Is this it? Let's see. All right, here we are. I watched part 2. Great video. Okay. Yeah, I sold it to... I'm actually trying to do something, which this button's not working. We have a technical difficulty, Itzy.
Yeah, here.
So, what I will do is... Give me a second. So I'm trying to show my screen right here. Hit show screen, nothing. How come the button doesn't work? Alright. So, yeah, so that truck, Nate bought it. He loved it so much, he was trying to buy it before it even got to my dealership. That's how much he wanted that truck. So, I kept saying, man, that thing must be so nice that you want to steal it from me before I even see it. And it was a very, very clean truck. Quickest sale ever. I sold it while it was still in Mississippi. So, does it work now?
I think so.
Alright, we're here.
But why would you want to share that screen if you're only showing yourself?
Okay, I don't know. Alright, so, alright, we got this all situated. Alright, sorry guys, I'm just switching screens all over the place, trying to figure it out, because we got a new setup. We got a new setup to where you guys can see the comments on the TV screen if you're watching on your TV. But, yeah, that was the quickest sale ever. Nate just had to have that truck. It was a super clean truck. And to be honest with you, it was a truck I probably should have kept. I could have definitely made a lot more money off that thing than when I sold it to Nate for. And poor Nate still hasn't drove it yet. It's been in the shop since he bought it. Well, since I had to, if you watch the video, you know the oil sensor was out. And the part just got in like 2 days ago for it. So he hasn't had this truck this entire time. Yeah, I like the rims on that truck. I thought they were pretty cool personally. Volkswagen Planet, what's up, man? I haven't heard from you in a long time. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here. And I was talking with Ed via email this past week, and we all know he's been looking for a C3, C5. Well, he wanted a C4. We all talked about a C4. Even though I just happened to buy the exact car you were looking for, Ed. That 89 Corvette. And I talked you out of it. What's up, guys? Thank all of y'all for tuning in. And also put in chat if you like this setup better. Which one do you like more? You like this way or this way? I made this way for people who watch on TV and they can see what we're talking about, because apparently if you watch this on your TV, you can't see the chat. Josh, what's up, buddy? How you doing? So speaking of Ed, I was telling him he's been wanting C3, C4, C5. I think we all got him sold on a C5. Yeah, the C4s, like I said, they're very uncomfortable for sure. I'm doing great. I'm doing great, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let me know if you guys remember this Corvette. This is the first time I'm seeing it in a while. I just bought it back. Yeah, I'm going to watch it again because I'm refreshing my memory. I sold this Corvette to my buddy Jeremy back, I don't even know how long ago this was. 3 months? 2 months ago? Let me see the comments. Yeah, 2 months ago. Sold this Corvette 2 months ago to my buddy Jeremy, and I just bought it back. Just bought this Corvette back. Yep, chicks love them pop-up headlights. So I got that Corvette is coming back in stock. He wanted to buy a Harley, so he needed some cash, so I ended up buying the Corvette back so he can go buy a Harley. So this Corvette will be here, fingers crossed, later this week. Yeah, so I actually have a couple people lined up that may want to buy this thing already. You know what? We've been really, really blessed lately that we have been selling these cars like so quick. Like the quickest we've ever been selling them. But I think it's because, one, you guys, even if you guys don't buy something, it's spreading our videos out. And I just have a whole list of people that like message me looking for certain cars. And then I end up finding some and already have the person lined up for them. So they're just moving in and out really quick. I did get lucky with Nate. I did not expect Nate to want to buy my truck so fast. I got super lucky with that deal. Yeah, Harleys. You can buy a used Harley very cheap. I know that because I have two that I paid a lot of money for and can't get rid of. C4s get no love. I have an 88 vert top down. Enjoy the Tampa weather. Yeah, the C4s, they're just one of those cars that they're a good car for the money. They are a great car for the money. They're the cheapest ones for the money. The problem is when you go to try to sell a very low mileage one, you're running into C5, C6 money, and it's hard to sell that car. Which truck did Nate buy? The 72 or the monster truck? He bought the 72 C10 classic truck. We just posted a YouTube video of it here not too long ago. So I went with your guys' answers. Yeah, tough love on the C4s. That's my dad's favorite. That's my dad's favorite body style is the C4 Corvettes. He used to race them. They are coming back in style a bit. I will give them that. They are getting popular amongst people around my age. Reason because they can afford it. But still, it's just when you get super low mileage ones that people that want like 15 to 20,000 for them, it's just hard to get that money. It's just really hard to get the money. Hopefully he puts different rims on that truck. I think he was looking for personal rims. I kind of talked him out of it, but he may put different rims on it.
I think you look too orange.
Too orange? I look orange?
I'm watching it from the TV. You look orange from the TV.
Do I look orange? Itzy says I look orange. I look normal on my screen. I don't know. How do I look in the camera?
It looks good, but I'm telling you, from the computer, from the TV, you look orange.
How many horsepower does C4 have? Depends on the year. Depends on which model. I think the ZR1 had a lot, but like a regular one's probably around 300. See, but that was how my video looked. So that's another thing. No, you more look like Tangerine guy. Look like Trump. LOL gay. Maybe I do look orange. I don't know. Maybe it's this light. Do I look orange? Hopefully he puts different rims on it. I was saying we want the toolbox inside. But yeah, we posted. So back to what I was saying, I listened to you guys and I posted the video in 2 parts. So originally I made that video to be just one video, around 50 minutes to an hour long. That's how long I wanted it to be. But glorious tan. I guess I am orange, Itzy. Yeah, change something. But that's the thing, you know. I don't want to get off the subject I was talking about, but I guess a lot of you guys right now are watching on your iPads or like cell phones or something, right? Most of you aren't watching on your TV, the ones that are commenting. Reason I ask is because that last YouTube video I just posted, I am very tan, by the way. I'm not like white. Like I am just tan just from being out in the sun. But when I watched myself on TV, okay, you're on your TV on your cell phone, okay. Well, the guys that are watching on your TV, you guys are pros because you guys have no idea how many phone calls I get of people asking how to leave comments on my streams while they watch their TV. And it's hard for me to even leave comments. I mean, you have to pause and then do this. I mean, you guys are smart, the ones that do that. But the point of what this was, I just watched my last YouTube video on my TV, and the colors were like completely different, way blown out than when I watched it on my cell phone. When I watched the video on my cell phone, everything was fine. But when I watched it on my TV, like the colors were just way, like exposure, I guess. Exposure was really bad in saturation. So I don't know. I need to figure out how to fix that because I know a lot of you guys watch on TV. And so it looks really rough on the TV compared to the phone. No, man, really, I look the same way. It's summertime, man. You look fine, dude. Thank you, Josh. It is summertime, and down here in Texas, it heats up. And I can't, luckily I work all the time. I don't go to like the beach or swimming pools or anything because like you probably, you can tell right here. It looks a little different because I have a light shining right on it. But I have a farmer's tan so bad, like just white, and then boom, tan. It looks worse in person. So if I go out to a beach or something, just instant sunburn on my shoulders. Yeah, you're probably right. It probably is a reflection from the screen. Yeah. 96 was the pinnacle of the C4, in my opinion. The Grand Sport. I mean, they didn't have a ZR1, but they had a Grand Sport, which was an awesome car. The LT4 engine. The ZR1s had a lot of horsepower, yeah. They even have a key in them that adds an extra 100 horsepower. You can turn off 100 horsepower with a key. Oh, you use your phone and watch on the TV. That's pretty smart, Volkswagen Planet. Went to a car show. They had a bus for... which car show did you go to? The one downtown, John? See, that's the problem. I can't go to car shows, really, because they're all on Saturdays, and I work Saturdays. You say outside room, I shot daylight to dark, so only watching my phone. Yeah, personally, when I watch YouTube, it's always on my phone. I rarely watch it on TV, but like on Sundays, I watch it on my TV. The Callaways were up to forcing depending on the package. For your apartment for your office. To a beautiful Grand Sport. To LT4 330. I've had a few LT4 C4s. They're great cars, all 6 speeds. So let's get into what happened this week and what's going on for this week going forward. And then also again, nobody's ever commented yet, but do you guys like this style, the way I have it set up right here with the chat? I don't really know which way it is. To me, the chat's right here, but maybe you guys is right here. If the chat is on this side, or do you like it me just zoomed in? Itsy set this up right here, but I kind of like it. I don't know. I think this is probably the better way for people. All right, what we had going on this week. All right, thank you for commenting Volkswagen Planet. Let me try to think. It was a very busy, slow week. Very busy, slow week. So, what do I mean by that? Monday, we sold... I don't even have it on here, I don't think, anymore. Monday, we sold my 50th anniversary C5 Corvette. So my Corvette convertible, we sold it to my buddy Rick in Michigan. C5. Okay. Oh, what the hell? C5 is going to Michigan. So we sold that Monday, got the wire transfer in, and had to order now we had to do my worst nightmare, transportation. So I had to order him some transportation, ordered that for him Tuesday, and it still has not been accepted yet, but it does have an ETA of the 26th, which is in like 4 days, so I doubt that because nobody has accepted it yet. So we'll see on that. Tuesday, we sold my 2008 Corvette, which most of y'all haven't seen because I bought it that Saturday before, last Saturday. I bought that, and then I got a wire transfer in from a guy who watches us on Facebook Tuesday for it. And this is the 3rd time this has happened to me this month, and I actually have learned from it. So, like with Nate on his truck, I negotiated a whole deal on the sale price without knowing the repair bill. So, I always forget about that, right? So now I'm going to have a pretty decent sized repair bill on that truck, even though Nate made Nate a solid deal on it that I'm going to have to cover. So that's one mistake. The biggest mistake is this 08 Corvette I sold. So the mistake was I made a short about it. That I bought this, me and my dad bought this 08 Corvette without driving it. Guy brought it to us. We didn't drive the car because we're just not used to driving the cars. Well, anyways, shifter linkage was a little stuck, but he said it was, rookie mistake. He told me he put a brand new shifter cable, which if you buy a C5 or C6 automatic, that shifter cable will always, it busts eventually. Within its lifetime, it will bust. So he told me he just replaced it. But it was weird because it was just still really stuck. Well, I sell it, and I said, look, before you can get the car, I want to fix this for you because I don't want to ship a car to you that is just stuck like that. I'll get it right. Well, I sent it to mechanic, and we already negotiated. I gave him a discount, which I've been real easy with you guys, to be honest with you. I've been giving out some crazy deals. Luckily, it was not a torque tube. But it's going to cost almost as much because the idiots that put on, he wasn't lying. He did just put on a cable, but whoever did it so jacked up that they busted the shifter, like, cause they busted where you push the little button to move it. They grinded up all that plastic, messed that up. So I have to buy a new shifter because the inside's messed up. They stretched the cable out too long because they didn't know how to adjust it properly. So they stretched it out too long and it was getting busted again. And since they were trying to stretch it out and make everything fit, they messed up the gearbox, I guess. The gearbox. That part alone was $400. So need new cable, new gearbox, new shifter. Then while he was doing all that, he found an oil leak. So I changed all the valve cover gaskets. Something else too that I'm forgetting. But anyways, we're talking about almost $1,500 in repair bills that I was not even thinking of when I negotiated with this guy. So now, I mean, that's cutting a huge chunk of our profit out the way. And it's not like I can go back to him and say, hey man, I screwed up and totally forgot, didn't know that this repair is going to be this much. I can't sell you the car for what I told you anymore. I'm not going to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. So I'm just going to fix it, take my little butt whipping, go on down the road. So that's the second time I negotiated a car deal without knowing the repair costs. I just bought a C4 Corvette that has no brakes. So I'm getting all the brakes done, and I've had everybody in the world message me about that car. And I'm like, look, I'm not giving you guys a price yet till I get the bill on the brakes. So I'm learning my lesson not to negotiate or put prices until the car is actually ready for sale. So, but that being said, C5 Corvette sold Monday, got the wire transfer in. C6 sold Tuesday, wire transfer came in. We had the auction Wednesday, which was a very, very long auction. I tried to buy a couple Grand Sports. I bid $35,000 for one Grand Sport. It sold for $35,500. Well, I bid $34,500. It sold for $35,500. So, could I bought it? Yeah, but after the auction fees and all that stuff, I'd have too much money in it. So, bid $35,000 on that. We bid on another Corvette. But the C6s were bringing a lot of money. They were bringing a lot of money. Thursday, I was supposed to have my pace car picked up, I think, from, where's this car? See, I'm getting so confused on where I'm buying and selling cars from now. Where is this pace? Oh, pace car's in Massachusetts. Okay, so I bought a 2008 pace car edition, 6-speed, 27,000 miles, about 3 weeks ago, and I still haven't gotten it yet. It was supposed to be picked up Monday or Tuesday, but the guy I bought it from said the driver never showed up, and then the driver said the seller never answered the phone, or seller wasn't there, so there's confusion there. Transport got canceled. Transport was supposed to go out there Thursday, but another miscommunication deal. Then it was just a whole headache. Transport's been a whole headache on this car. So supposedly they're supposed to pick it up tomorrow. I need that car down here because I bought it 3 weeks ago and I need it. So we get that car hopefully picked up tomorrow coming in. Friday. So this past week's been, besides those 2 Corvette sales, has been a mixture of dealing with transporters on cars and mechanics. This has been a mechanic week. I mean, it's just been one of those weeks that's just been filled with mechanics and just headaches, really. So running around different mechanic shops, dealing with Nate's cars, customer cars, engine rebuilds, transmission rebuilds, setting up payment plans for customers, even though we sell these cars as is. They don't understand that. They don't have the money to pay the car and the repair bill. So then now we don't even finance the repair costs. We just do it interest free and add it on a little monthly extra to their monthly note, just to keep them happy, keep them in the car. It's just been one of those weeks, right? That it's just filled up with nothing money wise. Just more putting out fires. I'm like a fireman, just putting out fires this week. Saturday we knocked out, and I'm gonna get to all y'all. So I'll read all these comments here in a second. Just to show you guys how, not to brag, I don't want to brag here, but that we are really one of the best dealerships, not just in my town, but not only in South Texas. I can't even make a video about this because the guy will get in trouble. Not me, but the guy. There's a very well-known bank manager in this region of Texas. It does business with hundreds of dealerships. And he had a car for sale, and he trusted me to sell it for him, and we sold it in less than 12 hours. Less than 12 hours we sold his car on consignment and got him paid. And he said, I knew you guys were the only place to take this car to, that you could help me move it without screwing me. And he deals with a lot of different dealerships. So we got that sold for him Saturday morning, got him paid. We sold another car Saturday morning through his bank as well. And then I bought 2 Corvettes. So I sold 2 Corvettes, bought 2 Corvettes. And the Corvettes I bought were both random. They were both random. So I bought the C4 Corvette I bought, which is this one. See if it's on here. Yeah. So I bought this C4. It's a 1989. It's got 97,000 miles on it. It's a pretty clean car. Besides, it has absolutely zero brakes on it. Like zero. I'm surprised I didn't get in a car crash driving to the mechanic shop. I'm not a big fan of this interior. I'm not a big fan of this custom interior. But yeah, so I bought this car. A buddy of mine, he runs an auction in Victoria, Texas. He told me about this car, and I got busy dealing with all these headaches that I forgot to look into the auction. And by the time I signed in, I was 2 minutes late, and the car already ran through. And I texted him, sorry, man. I said, sorry, man, I missed the deal. He's like, well, the car didn't sell. Do you want it? I was like, not really. Not really. I don't really want it. It's a C4 with 97,000 miles. He's, no, man, it's clean. It's clean. It's clean. And so he kept calling me, selling me hard on it. And I was like, you know what? I'll just end up buying it because I have no Corvettes at the moment. So we got that. My dad bought this car at auction, a 2015 Malibu, 45,000 miles for our payment plans. I bought that. Got another Thunderbird. So you guys always make fun of me for Thunderbirds. Well, we repoed this Thunderbird. You guys maybe remember this. We repoed this one. Guy missed his first car payment. Idiot. 1, I told him I didn't want to in-house finance it. 2, I told him I wasn't going to mess around with the payments, and I didn't want any problems. Well, what's he do for his first car payment? Oh, I don't want to pay it. I want to pay it this week, and if you don't accept it, then you can just come pick up the car. I'll just give it back to you. I said, man, well, I told you I want these payments on time. Well, if you're going to be like that, I don't want to do business with you. And I said, all right, man, well, I don't want to do business with you either. So I went and picked up my car. So first payment default on my red Thunderbird. Then my dad goes to the auction and buys another Thunderbird. And when I was taking pictures of this car looks so familiar to me. I was like, man, this car looks familiar. Yeah, it's a Thunderbird. But as I started taking pictures of it, I went through the glove box. This was our car. We sold this car 2 years ago. Like, we were the last dealership to own this car. We sold it to a lady back in 2023. I guess she traded it in at a dealership. Dealership ran it through an auction, and my dad bought it again without realizing that we owned it before. Yeah, they don't sell very well anywhere. They're very slow sellers. They're very slow sellers. It takes a very specific person to want one of these cars. I personally like them, but they are very slow sellers. So we got 2 Thunderbirds back in stock, and I think we sold this car for like $19,000 a couple years ago. So there's that. There's my lifted truck. This Mini Cooper right here. We just spent $2,500 fixing this car. My dad bought this car at an auction with a green light, which means there's a warranty on the car, making sure that if we had to spend anything over $800, the auction would take it back. Well, we bought it. We got it down here. I made a video about it. It had an acceleration issue. It'd take forever to accelerate. It'd take like 2 minutes to go up to 30 miles an hour. Go get a quote, $2,500 to fix it. We call the auction. Send it back to us. We'll look at it. They send it back. Yeah, you're right. It's over $800. No, I sent it back, and then they said, no, it's an acceleration issue. It's a sensor. I said, no, it's not a sensor. It's a whole computer. You need to double check it. So they go and double check it. Like, yeah, you're right. It is a computer, but your window for the warranty has expired, so we can't do anything about it. So we had to get the car back down here. We just spent the $2,500 and got it back here the other day. So again, mechanic headache. And then I bought the video we just watched somewhere around here. Just bought this Corvette back. It's a Corvette I sold. I bought this randomly. Jeremy, my buddy, called me up saying he wanted to sell the Corvette. I said, well, is it still the same shape? He's like, well, I put different rims on it. I said, well, as long as it ain't blowed up, I'll buy it. So I just bought it back over the telephone. So that was this past week. So let me catch up on these comments. I'm going to try another blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Inspire, never get to drive the car. Always add a pack fund. Yeah, I'm reading the old messages. Yeah, Volkswagen. You always have to account for expenses. ABS module on C4. Can you give me a Thunderbird for free? Can I give you a Thunderbird for free? I already told you guys, we get to 100 subscribers on YouTube, we'll have to give John a car. Why did you buy another Thunderbird? Because my dad is crazy, Dustin. My dad is crazy. That's why we got another Thunderbird. The reason he got another Thunderbird is, one, because he's queer for Thunderbirds. He always loves Thunderbirds. But this one specifically, he said he went to the auction, and my uncle has a car dealership, and my uncle, you guys may have seen him in one of the videos I posted at an auction, but he's known to like run people up on their bids. So if somebody's bidding on a car, he'll run them up, and he just has to overpay for everything, right? Well, my dad didn't feel like being pushed around, so him and my uncle got into a bidding war on this thing. My dad said, I don't care what this car sells for. He's not getting it. So my dad just bought the Thunderbird so my uncle couldn't have it. Dude, it's rude to really ask something like that. Well, can you give me a Thunderbird for free? He asked again. Hello, Billy. I need to start my own transportation company. The problem is dealers looking cheap rates. Get what you look for. It's not even it's not even cheap rates, to be honest with you. I pay some good money for transport. The problem is with people that aren't in transportation business logistically, say like Nate, for example. Nate charges me twice as much as what I could get something done for. Reason being is because he has to go there and he has to come back. So he's charging me for the full trip. Whereas if you use a transport company that has a logistics setup to where they have every destination, they have a drop-off and pick-off. That's why it's cheaper. Because they're transporting multiple cars in that route to make your costs cheaper. To where if I use Nate, he's only taking my car and back. So I'm paying for all those routes just for one car. So the thing, if you want to be good at transportation, is you need to have a good logistic service to where you can take a car somewhere, pick up another car, and come back. So you don't have to put that whole costs on the customer. How many cars am I moving a month? I think we've been averaging between both dealerships like 25-ish. Around 25-ish. Which is, doesn't sound like a lot, but you can see my inventory here is 14. We're selling 2 times our inventory monthly. Which if you go to a car lot, if you sell 50% of your inventory a month, you're doing great. We're selling 2 times our inventory. He said he would give you to you for 25. Yeah, I'll sell you, John. I'll sell you that Thunderbird for 25,000. No, I already paid 20,000 for BMW ones. They come with V8. That's what I like about them. Gaslit. This one's out on the like Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, let's see live. What's up, Richie? Hope you're still in here. Dot is game. Yeah, Dot is horrible. Dot is horrible on transporters. They need to speak English. Let's build quality on those newer Thunderbirds. The newer Thunderbirds are actually built very well. They're very smooth. The only problem you have with them is you do have to do spark plugs a lot more than normal, I guess. I like the red T-Bird. We had those at Ford dealership. Oh, I also got my red Thunderbird, the chrome repainted. I got that done too. That's what I did this week. Alright. Damn, why would he buy that if he knows they don't move? Let him daily it. That's the buyer, gosh. I daily that red T-Bird. I did daily that red Thunderbird. Actually, that red Thunderbird's the car at the time I drove the most. One, because we had it for so long. But 2, I like the Thunderbirds. They're like kind of like a retro looking car. A lot of people don't even know what they are. Be right back. $4. The video when you reverse the blue Corvette, I'll show a room. Your mom is wearing a red shirt and some weird blue you're saving. Did her outfit have something to do with her heritage or religion? I don't know, Justin, to be honest with you. She wears some weird outfits sometimes. Sometimes she wears outfits that are like all just like a lobster earrings, and I don't know, man. You know, women in their clothes. Why don't you guys do it yourself? Get a truck and let Jeremy drive. A lot of people ask me that. Marcilio, I'm reading your deal. Why don't you guys do it yourself and get a truck and let Jeremy drive? One, because I don't have my truck. I do have a truck, so I don't even need a truck. I do have a truck. The reason you guys haven't seen it, because it's been in the freaking paint shop for like 3 years. See, this is going back to My three worst nightmares: transporters, mechanics, and some customers. So pretty much the whole car business is my headache. But our car hauler has been in the paint shop for about me and Itzy's entire relationship, which is 3 years. At one point, Itzy didn't even know we had a car hauler. Most of y'all don't know I have a car hauler. I have a Hemi Dodge trailer that's an actual drive a car on top of it. But the bed was all rusted out, so we took it to one painter. He had it there for about a year and a few months, putting doors on it. And why my dad lets these... See, I just leave that up for my dad, because I want him to take responsibility for his mistakes in trusting people. So I don't press it. I just bug him all the time and make him feel bad about it. But he gives these cars to these people and lets them go months and months. And when they tell him, oh, it'll be next week, And then next week rolls around, and it's the week after that. And then it turns into months. And then a year. And then it's at the point you don't even care because you forgot about the car. So the first one, it took about a year and some change just to put chrome doors on it. Well, it took them so long to put these chrome doors on it that they were all rusted after. So we finally just go pick up the deal and it wasn't even done. But the whole bed was rusted out. So we took it to another paint shop that we do business with. Well, it was going to be a 2-week deal, and it's been going on 8 months, 9 months. And supposedly it's almost done, but I've been hearing that for months now. So I do have a car, but even when I do get it back, I still wouldn't transport the cars because it's a big liability. If Jeremy or me or whoever's out driving the car and we get in a car accident, right? They're going to sue me. They're going to sue the company. And then what if the car breaks down in Timbuktu, Kentucky? I don't know any mechanics out there. The driver's not going to know any mechanics out there. Where are they going to stay while the car's getting repaired? How long is it going to take to get repaired? That's just another realm of headaches and liabilities that I don't know. I don't really want to get into. And then you got to pay the driver for the time, then all the gas. So how do you pay somebody like that if it's a 2-day trip? You pay them the whole 48 hours? You pay them? How do you pay them? I was like a dark blue baking apron. That's a good... I don't know, Dustin. I had daily a 2000 DTS. Jeremy just bought our 2006 DTS Volkswagen Planet. So we had a 2006 DTS that just got on repossession, and Jeremy wanted it, so we ended up making a deal with Jeremy Saturday on that car, actually. This one, the cars was 21 units, new Toyotas. That's very strong for a salesperson. Especially getting 21 cars for sure. I mean, I think the most I've sold over about 40 cars in a month. But me and my dad are the only salespeople there, so it's not like there's anybody to steal the deals from us. But Itzy's there now too. But yeah, it's been 20 cars for a person that works at a normal dealership is very, very strong. Explained that problem in detail last live. Plugs and coil packs on Thunderbirds. Yeah, exactly. Coil packs and plugs are, for whatever reason, the most common issue on Thunderbirds. My best was 17 cars that was selling new Subarus and Fords. That was around 2000. Sold car for only a short time. You know, car sales is a great business, but I mean, I've never been gone to a regular dealership to sell cars. It's always been with my dad. But it's extremely long hours. Mine's a little bit different because I do have to deal with the back end of it, like the So if you go to a normal dealership, you sell a car, you never have to see the customer again, right? Like you buy the car, thank you, sir, have a great life. See you later in 5 years when you want to trade it in and get something else. No, we have to deal with the customers every month on a monthly basis. So every month you hear issues with what they're having, their financial struggles, the car struggles, grandma dies, this and that. So it's a different kind of sales. We're not really in sales. A lot of you don't know. Some of you guys may know by now is that we have two very distinct, separate business models. We got Stingrayalley. I'm trying to get my hand in the photo, which is our classic cars, our sports cars, our nice specialty cars that we sell cash, banks, sell all those all over the state. Then we have our buy here, pay here business, which is like these regular cars, like the Hondas or the Cruises or the F-150s or the regular cars that you see that I post. Those we finance here with me, buy here, pay here, bad credit, no credit. And so that's really the most business that we do. All right. Okay, costs too much to have your own transporter, insurance. Yeah, insurance would be crazy to transport your own cars. What is the top trim on a Z06? What is the top trim on a C6? They make a ZR1. They make a ZR1 C6, which they sold one on my last live stream on Wednesday. I think it brought like 90 or 87,000 is what it brought. Or 2011. Working for a large dealership, you make a lot of money if you want to have a life. Yeah, so that's getting back to the point I was saying. If you're in the car business, and you guys that have been in the car business, whether it's selling cars, running the dealership, or what have you, you guys know it's a ton and ton of hours. You really don't have a life. You really don't have a life. So it's great if you're young. It's great if you don't have a family. And you're just starting out. It's a good business to get into and just hustle it, grind it out, make a little bit of money. I don't know. I don't really think they're paying new car salespeople much money anymore. I think if you sell a brand new car, you get like $150 to $250, and you're selling a $40,000 to $60,000 car. So that kind of sucks. The money's in the used car part of it, but yeah, you got to really just grind away at it, and you can make some money, but you got to put in the sacrifice. But that's in any kind of work, any kind of business. New car sales is about price and surveys from the manufacturer. $89.95 and under. Yep. It's about financing cars, someone that can afford it, $400 a month, $850 a month to people with not so perfect credit and struggle with payments, make their payments. Why I left. It's about financing cars, someone. Yeah. They tell all salesmen to pick family life or sell cars. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I think I caught up on all your comments. If I missed anybody's comment, just comment again. I caught up. I'll see it at the bottom. So yeah, sorry about that. So I think I'm caught up. But yeah, car sales definitely. Luckily, I'm lucky because my family's at the dealership. My girlfriend's at the dealership. So my life is work. I'm working right now on Sunday. Actually, my whole Sunday has consisted of YouTube because I spent the whole first half of the day editing that YouTube video. Then Itzy spent like an hour making the thumbnail. Ate, rested for like an hour, got set up for this live. Went to church earlier. That was my Sunday. Woke up, church, YouTube, eat, thumbnail, live stream. Used car sales is where the money was for us. New cars wasn't really big money. I really think if you sell a new car right now, it's like $150, $200. Yep, you guys are my family. Well said, well said. Hey, Itzy, can you get me some more drink, please? Yeah, you guys, I say this all the time. I really love you guys more than all my other platforms. You guys are great. That's why I don't do lives on Facebook. I don't do lives on Instagram. I only do lives on YouTube because that's what I like to do. Yeah. So, what do I got coming up this week? So we talked about what happened this past week. What do we got coming up this week? All right. We got a few people trying to sell me some cars. Thank you. And we got a guy, maybe he's on the live stream, I don't know, but he has a 1986, which I'm not very, you guys know this, I'm not very fond or a big buyer on these cars. He's got a 1986 pace car with 5,100 miles on it. Alright, so here's one right here. Here's a pretty close example. But his is the real pace car. Actually, his is white. His is the white with the stickers. That's the real pace car for 1986. He wants like 21,000 for it, which I ain't gonna pay 21,000 for it. But the C4 with no brakes is the ABS pump. It's pricey to fix $1,000. You're probably right. You're probably right. It probably is $1,000. Every time I take a car to a mechanic shop, it's $1,000. So yeah, he's got an 86 white pace car with 5,100 miles on it. I'm trying to see if I can even find one on here. I wonder if you can filter by color. It's weird, I haven't seen one on here yet. I mean, it looks like this. I mean, oh, that's a 01. Well, I guess bad examples to show, I guess. I guess these will all be 01s. Let me keep going down. A lot of 01s. Where the heck would it be? Oh, they're showing me all the years. No wonder. There needs to be a real new 15. Look like a sledgehammer. Yeah, they do look like a sledgehammer. They're just even junk. Even tries. They're just junk. Even they're nice. They're still are drunk. Yeah. I mean, you're right, Dustin. And that's the problem with them. And that's the problem I try to tell people. That's the problem I want to try to tell people is I'll find it, Ed. I'll find it here. I think I figured out what the issue was. Is when they try to sell me the car. It's like, look, you guys, you have a great car. It's low miles, looks really great. But you don't understand when I try to resell it, it's not easy. Well, what do you mean? The car's got 20,000 miles on it. Look, you go try to sell it. You try to sell it and get that money for it. It's hard. Alright, so it looks like this. It's not this specific car, but this is what it looks like. Has the stickers on there. Interior. Actually, what an idiot. I think it's right here in my messenger. If it will load. You need to get more 80s and early 90s Camaros and Mustangs. Yeah, I know. I did really well with those IROCs. The late 80s IROCs We sold those so fast, and they were so popular. Here it is. This is the car he's trying to sell me. Oh, reach out to me. So, he lives in Florida. Car's super clean. I mean, super clean car. But it's a C4. I mean, what are you gonna do with it? And that's what people don't understand is this is his message. Hi, here in Florida, I have an 86, 5,300 miles on it, second owner, garage kept since 86, have hard top, complete inspection report, non-smoker, very clean. Love watching your videos. Pretty sure there's no 86 this clean, low miles. Maybe true, I don't know. And then he says, 2 reputable consignment companies here in Florida trying to list it at $28,000. Said it could bring 22 to 23 maybe, minus their 8% sales fee. Would you be interested? Let me know. So he's pretty much just telling me, long story short, he wants $21,000 for it. Pretty much. Which it's not going to come from me. I ain't paying $21,000 for no C4 Corvette. So yeah, I don't know. So I got that deal. It's probably not going to pan out. Let me see. Floor cars get sea salt issues. Is that the year with the digital? Yeah, they had digital dashes. 5K miles is pretty good mileage, but I would go over 15K if it's showroom. Might get 18 for it, maybe. I mean, the problem with those, and like I've said it 1,000 times, I'm like a broken record. Something can be worth something, but getting somebody else to pay what it's worth is a different question. Okay? I don't know, like this. This is a bad example because it's a Rolex, right? I don't know, what's this thing worth? $5,500? This is a two-tone one. And then I take it to Etsy. Here, Etsy, I'll sell it to you for $5,000. It's worth $5,500. You can have it for $5,000. Well, I don't want it. Oh yeah, but it's worth $5,500. You can have it for $5,000. Yeah, but what am I getting? I mean, I don't want it. So there's just not a market for that kind of stuff. That was a bad example, but there's just not a market for the very top end C4s because you can just buy a really nice C6 or C5 for the money. That crossfire injection, whatever is it called, on the C4 stretch. They only had the crossfire on 1982 and 1984 Corvettes. So 82, second worst Corvette ever made. 84 is the worst Corvette ever made. It's only trash if you don't understand it, don't know how it works. The problem with the crossfires is that mechanics don't understand how it works, and they once it goes out, can't really tune it. Most mechanics can't tune it, and it's just a headache. Looks like he had it at an auction and didn't sell it. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, exactly. It's around Tampa. Did you ever buy that red C3? No, he never got back to me. And I think Guy watches the live streams. He never got back to me on that C3. Finding the right buyer is like finding a needle in a haystack. I get it. I'm a Rolex buyer. Willing and Dylan over here. Really? Is it? I like Rolex. I'm not a big watch guy myself. I have 2 Rolexes, but like right now, it says I'm on the 3rd. We're on the 3rd of the month. I don't even wear a Rolex to tell the time, I guess. It's just more just used to it. Like my gold Rolex. I wore it to church this morning. It says it's Thursday and the 13th of the month. So I set them and then I don't wear them for a couple days, and then they're out of the deal. I suppose there was one summer. Yeah, they didn't make an 83. Well, they made like a prototype, I guess, but like for retail, there was no 83 because 82 was so bad that they went to the 84s, and then 85 they changed up. All right. And then I have a pretty solid lead on a 1970 Corvette. That looks really clean, but I don't know what it is. All you guys live on the other side of the country from me. Most of you guys live in Florida, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New York, Delaware, Ohio, Utah. It's weird that nobody lives in Texas that tries to sell me a car. So I get screwed in shipping every time. So this guy, he lives in New Hampshire. And he has a 1970 Corvette for sale, non-matching number, automatic, no AC, that he wants to sell me. And it actually does not even run right now. But I told him I can't buy it if it's not running because the transport would be a nightmare. He says the ignition is locked. He said he started it up, the ignition got jammed, and then he just hasn't fixed it. So told him I'd have to have that fixed before he even buys it. But he says he wants low 20s for it. I don't know. No problem, need fixed. No, I don't really want to sell my Rolex. Problem is, I'd have to buy another one. I'm right here, Central Oklahoma. I got some cars you might want to sell. Don't think you'd want them. If it's a sports car, classic, I'll buy them. My nephew just purchased a 2006 Land Cruiser from Florida, shipped it to California. Fuse box had corrosion due to assault. That's probably a mixture of it being a 2006 Land Cruiser and it being in Florida. Those Land Cruisers were not put together very well. We used to sell a bunch of those. Northern California here. Awesome. So he said he'll take low 20s for it. I don't really. It's like a weird green. It's like, what color did he say it was? Because I couldn't tell if it was like gray, like a silver or gray. And he told me the color. Let's see. Donnybrook Green. Donnybrook Green is what he called it. Was it this color? I think it's this color because this kind of looks like the same. Well, that says Laguna Gray. But it kind of does look like this color almost, except a little bit more green. Well, anyways, not currently running. Ignition switch or tumbler is broken. Says it has a small transmission leak. Car looks pretty clean though. Sounded really good. The video he sent me. He's not gonna like my offer on it, I don't think. But I think it's about an 18.5 car. 18.5, $19,000 car. After shipping, I'll have about close to 21 grand in it. Plus a few repairs, say call it 22. Listed for 28.5. That's a good little flip on a non-matching number car. It's a small block. Small block 350 automatic. Pictures are on my phone, so there's no way for me to pull them up on here. It's not like this green, though. Did you bring my laptop charger, Itzy? Oh, I see it. I'm gonna type in the Donnybrook green color. Let's see if anything pops up. Donnybrook green. Hey, what do you guys think of that new ZR1? Let's see what this is. You guys ever read these forums? I read these forums sometimes, but it gets your head confused. Yeah, it's only regular in the past. Popular was Cheers. It doesn't look that green in what he sent me, but could just been the shadows. So greenish color. They are classic C10s and two 70 split bumper Camaros, but I would have to get approval from my boss. She is over in the house with her kids. Shoot me some pictures sometime, Josh. I'll take a look at them. If they're clean. Ed, you read them all the time. Those forums will mess up your head most of the time. They are good to find like really niche specific problems, but other than that, I would stick away from them. Watch videos of people actually driving them and stuff. Set off the alarm at night, killed battery after sitting for. I read them all the time. Nice. I would think trucks would sell great in Corpus. Trucks sell great in Texas. Problem is getting financing for them or paying cash. Haven't seen the new ZR1. Crazy. It's like 1,250 horsepower. I heard they're making an El Camino again. Yeah, that's what they said. So there's a ZR1. Then there's a ZR1 X, I think is what it is, right? That's the model they just came out with. And then the Zora is going to come out and destroy every... I mean, how much more powerful can they make the Zora? That's the question. You heard they're making the El Camino again. I heard they were going to make like the Chevelle again, do all this. I haven't seen it. I heard some stuff, though. So... I don't know. What do you guys think this thing's worth? I will. They are very clean, restored. 70 C10 and a 62 C10, both short wheelbase, both LS swaps. Same with the 70 Camaros. I'll see what she says. Maybe she wants a new Corvette. Let me know. We'll do some trading or something. They're LS swapped and done right. That seems like a cool truck. I'll take a chance on it, especially from you. See, I really have better luck buying cars from you guys than I do people here locally. Like, well, perfect example, the Corvette I bought from somebody local here. Here I am immediately taken to the shop with a $1,500 bill. Where most of the cars I bought from you guys online, they've been pretty much ready to rock and roll. So what are you guys thinking this thing's worth? I mean, it's a for sure under 30,000 retail car. It's probably a 28.5 retail car. It's going to cost me $1,800 to ship it. He already tells you it has a transmission leak. Already has a problem with the ignition switch. It's an automatic, non-matching number. No AC. It's a really low option car. Green is not the best color either. Yeah, you guys are probably right. You guys are car guys, so the cars that you have are actually really good. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's why I've been having some good. Yeah, the green Corvettes, they aren't. They don't. They've never. I've had one or two of them, and everybody said, "Oh yeah, we love the car. Wish it was a different color." I was thinking about Resto Mod AC4. I don't know if I've ever even seen one. So, yeah, so I got that one in the works. A guy messaged me, and I was a little confused. I don't think he ever sent me any pictures of it either. Let me check. Let me check. A guy tried to sell me an '01 Jeep for $15,000, which was obviously way too much. Last week I offered him $7,000. I'm trying to find this guy's text message. This car he has. Let's see. No, where is it? I get so many different messages, it's hard to find them all. And that's another thing, too, guys. If you message me selling a car and we haven't talked about price and we haven't done anything and I haven't got back to you, it's probably because I can't find the message anymore. So you can always reach back out to me. Like right now, I can't find this guy's messages. Well, anyways, from what I remember, he had a 2008 Mustang GT. He kept calling it a Shelby. So I was like, GT 500? No, not a GT 500. It's a Shelby. It's a rare car. This, that. But he never sent me pictures, never sent me any info on it. He says they only made a couple of hundred of these cars. Do any of you guys know what he's talking about? Maybe rare 2008 Mustang GT Shelby. Carl Monster, what's up, buddy? How you doing, my friend? Unless it's really nice. Josh, I think there's a better market for 70 C10. I personally have a 6K10. I really like that body style. My friend doesn't like it, but he loves this. All the like, to be honest with you guys, all that like later 70s, 80s, 90s, all that stuff's coming popular. The things that are getting hard to sell is 50s. Anything before 50s is almost impossible. 50s, 60s, the early 60s. Obviously, there are specific cars in those that are very desirable, but those, it's just, I don't know, they're getting harder. All right, this is kind of maybe what he was saying. Shelby GT. He said it was kind of like the Hearst car, the Hearst Mustangs, but not a Hearst. GT Joby's with a supercharger engine, documented by Shelby on Emotions. It's not that. It's not that. Let's check this out. It's birdcage wrestling. All you can do is make an offer with, yeah. All right, you take care, Volkswagen Planet. Thanks for tuning in. So the 60 has a different cabs. 8172 have a curve from windshield message. The custom cab has 4 headlights. They made 4 headlights. That's awesome. Send me some pictures of that stuff. Talk to the wife first. What about putting an LS and removing the crossfire on the C3? Is it worth it? Well, if you're removing a crossfire on a C3, that means you're buying an 82, so no, you'll never get your money back out of it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you, Josh. All that 70s, the 72s, all that stuff's hot right now. But like the classic age of classic cars is shifting with time. So like you can go look at auctions, right? So go back to 2005 to 2010 and look at Barrett Jackson auctions on like these C3, the C2 Corvettes. Some of those cars are selling for like $200, $300, $400,000. And then you see those exact same cars, I mean literally the exact same cars, selling for a fraction of the price now. Like I saw a car go through an auction here a couple months ago that brought $500,000 at Mecum or at Barrett back in like '08. It brought 80 grand here a few months ago. Same car, same condition, same everything. So like it shifts. So like right now the 70s are really hot, 80s, 90s. And of course there's still some very desirable cars in the 60s and 50s and stuff like that. But you know, people's tastes change over time. Resto mods are becoming a big deal. Those sometimes bring more money than original cars. Has the latest skip to there's a cool. You go to the A's 180 step. It's gross. I'm 39. I'd rather go old school 75 anywhere. You're missing out on the Backyard Barn Finds YouTube. His latest video skip to it. There's a cool car for sale that you might want to. Yeah, I'll check them out, Dustin. I'll check them out. I wouldn't buy an 82 and dump a whole bunch of money into it, Marcilio. Personally, you won't get it back out. It's because the people grew up in. Yeah, you're right, Josh. That's exactly the point right there. You hit the nail on the head. So yeah, so I got this Mustang guy's trying to sell me. He never really specifically said what model it was. And I think they have a huge classic sale this Wednesday. If I'm not mistaken, let me check. I think there's a huge classic sale this Wednesday at the auction I live stream. Let me see. If that's the case, we'll be trying to look at some more cars. Classic cars to get in. Yeah, I really want to. I'm really focusing on the classics and sports cars right now. I've been getting hit with a lot of C4s lately. Like a nice guy, he offered me a Grand Sport Corvette and a C4. And okay. I don't even want to tell you guys what I offered because this was like such a crazy amount. I'm surprised he didn't take it. So he had a 2011 Grand Sport Corvette. Has low miles, 8,000 miles on it. And he had a 1993 Corvette with 17,000 miles. Didn't really want that Corvette, as you guys know. But I offered him $47,500 for the pair. And he lives, obviously, like I said, halfway across the country. So shipping between those two cars was like $2,500. So I'll have $50,000 in those cars by the time they got here. That was a very, very strong offer. Super strong offer. But he wanted like 6,000 or 7,000 more. But I thought I offered really strong on that one. Like, I thought I offered all the money for him. I was worried how I was going to make money on him. Yeah, he did. I told him I thought his 93 was worth about, to me, was worth about 9 to 10 grand. Well, the thing with trade, like when you buy a package like that, people always want to dissect what you think each car is worth when they should just be worried about what the package is. He said, well, what do you think the 93 is worth? I said, it doesn't matter what I think it's worth. It matters if you think that sum is good for you. It doesn't matter how I break it up. You're getting one check either way. But if you have to know, like, I'm valuing your 93 at like 9 to 10,000. He's like, no, I can't take that for the car. I was like, well, you're taking a lot more than that for 2 cars. I'm not a. Do you ever just pay what they want for their car without negotiation? If they want, the problem is most people don't have a realistic price in their head. He said, make it make sense. I'm not an expert on C10s, so I can't tell in my head what the style is between the different generations. But yeah, I do pay people what they want for their car if they are realistic. I'll give you an example if you don't believe me. And the last time I did that, I'm the one that got screwed. Yeah, sentimental value kills a lot of deals. Let's see. Because who commented that? JJ, man, you probably don't believe me, and I'm gonna prove you. Even I don't have to. Oh, my computer's lagging. I have to scroll all the way down again. I gave it to her. And I got screwed on that deal. For you guys that know how I got screwed, you guys know. Yeah, it is low, but that's as loud as it's gonna get. That's as loud as it's gonna get. No, I was just messing with you. I was just messing with you, JJ, man. But no, we do. Some of the times I have to raise offers. Like on this lady's case, she was already offered this from CarMax, this from Carvana, and then it just wasn't what she wanted. But let's watch this video again, because I was hungover this day, and the Stitch movie came out, and we all know how Itzy's obsessed with Stitch. So I forgot to take my ears off. So I'm negotiating. Well, I didn't negotiate. I just paid her what she wanted because I was just tired. In a Stitch shirt, wearing Stitch ears. And yeah, I don't know why the volume's so low. My volume's on max. It sounds low for me too. I went out with my friend the night before, and I was hungover. But yes, there is a classic sale this week. I know people are going to be crazy with their card numbers. But no, JJ, man, you're good. I was just messing with you. But at the end of the day, I still got to just make sure I'm right. You shot yourself in the foot. Yeah. All right, so here's some. Orange cars are what?
Because it's using the sound of your second screen. That's why it's low.
Why is it using that sound?
Because you already have the mic plugged in your regular laptop with the sound, so it catches. Like you cannot play it.
So here's some of the classic cars. They're gonna load up some more. This is a resto mod right here. Gas Monkey Garage bought this car, I think. So Gas Monkey Garage is partnered with this guy. I'm pretty sure Gas Monkey bought this Corvette. It's a resto mod. And they wholesale all of them. Everyone's cars in the world 100 had since high school. Something's first. Yeah, you're right, Josh. People get plumb crazy on their cars. Where's she gonna get those? I don't know. Those 57s at these. Oh, it's got an LS7 engine. These it's hit or miss at this auction. Sometimes they bring a freaking ton, and sometimes they don't bring anything. So I couldn't tell you one way or the next. This is a manual. Was it on the column? Yeah, it's a manual on the column. Maybe. Guess it's a manual on the column.
I cannot dry my hair because you can't hear it in the video.
I would rather A56 or would you pay 20 for that one? I'd probably pay 20 grand for it, yeah. These are always good quarter cars. You sit on them for, well, this one's a little different. I mean, I'm trying to figure out if it's like on the column shifter. It has to be because I don't see any other shifter in the car. I mean, I don't, it would normally be, oh, there it is. I mean, how do you shift that? Doesn't it get into the seat? That's weird. There's a shifter right there. Yeah, there's such a huge difference in these 57s. Like, I'm an expert when it comes to Corvettes. When it gets into this kind of stuff, man, there's just so many variables. Like a Camaro. You take a 68, 69 Camaro. To me, they look identical, but then one sells for 30,000 and one sells for 70,000, and they look the same to me. So this isn't all the cars they have coming. Like you said, he's gonna load up some more. This is a great color. I'd love to have the C2 this color. I would love to have that car. That would be cool. Hey, maybe I'll buy it. Who knows? Say goodbye to your house, Itzy. 68 Camaro. The problem, yeah, but the problem with those trim tags, Marcilio, is there's more SS Camaros now than that they produced. So how, riddle me that. How are there more SS Camaros than that what they produce? Same with Chevelles. All you gotta do is swap the engine, throw some badging on the side. You can't tell the difference. You should have seen this guy right here, the guy that we're watching, JJ. He had the, I think it was like the third oldest Corvette ever. It was a 1953. I think it was VIN number 5, so the 5th one produced. And I think he sold it for close to $500,000. Is what he sold it for. I think he sold for $500,000. Let's see what else they got. Here's a 69 Chevrolet. I think this is another Gas Monkey car. I think Gas Monkey paid like $80,000 for this one. So again, Gas Monkey, Richard Rawlings partnered up with, gave me the VIN to buy these cars. He posted a video about it on his Instagram. Gas Monkey. 80K. So I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna get that at the auction. They may, I mean, because this is a dealer-only auction. So who knows? Harley Davidson, old school. John Clay Wolf, oldest Corvette that exists. Sold it on Bring a Trailer. Yeah. So all these cars right here, Josh, is John Clay Wolf. I buy a lot of cars from him, and actually I sell some cars to his company too. Like my 2022 Camaro, I wholesaled it to his company. So when I wholesale nice cars, I wholesale to him, and then I buy cars from him. Those first like 8 Corvettes ever made were called airbox Corvettes. They demand $1 million. I'm sure they called airbox. I've never heard of that term. That's cool. I've never owned one. My dad says that's like the only Corvette he's never owned is a 53 Corvette. All right. Yeah, that guy, he I don't know how this is a huge operation he has. It's crazy. He has all these cars. And he's been posting some YouTube videos. I like his YouTube videos. Whoever he has editing his YouTube videos does excellent. When you watch my YouTube videos, it's this idiot. And I'm not a video editor. Eastbound and Down, yeah, I love that show. Man, this is a Corpus car right here. This is a Corpus car. Get some Mexicans in it. Kenny Powers. Yeah, that's a hilarious TV show. This is a car that would go crazy where I live. All right. The 79 Trans Am looks pretty cool. It's a wild color combination. Like, it's wild. Oh yeah, well, I've been wanting to make a commercial like Will Ferrell's. Let me see if I can find it. I'm glad you reminded me. But sometimes I post some videos that I get a little backlash from, so I haven't pushed this one out too much, but I do want to make it. And Itzy would get mad because I'd have to hire some girls from some Twin Peaks or Ojos Locos to do it. But let me see if I can find it really quick. Thanks for reminding me. Where's the pup? I think she's sleeping in bed. Let's see. What's his name in the show? Oh, Ashley Schaefer. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's see. Here we go. I want to make a. Oh, it's not going to sound good. How do we change the sound? We're going to have Itzy change the sound setting real quick. Because she has the sound set up to where you hear it not from my...
Is this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1.
I on the video.
It's all A max.
Okay, so then we go here.
All right. So this is the video. This is the commercial I want to make.
Remember to just.
So this is the commercial I want to make. And it's going to be hilarious.
I'm Ashley Schaefer, Ashley Schaefer Imports. Another beautiful day here in paradise. For 6 years running, we've set the gold standard for German import sales in the Shelby area. And we plan to do it for 6 more years running. Hey, I just sold another car. 27 years ago, my father, Jefferson Davis Schaefer, started this business with 3 simple rules. Number 1, look the customer in the eye. Number 2, no drinking on the premises. By the way, I changed that rule. There is drinking. And number 3, slashing prices left and right. I done did it again. As you can tell from my surroundings, I like the finer things in life. Caviar. Champagne. Fine fuzz. You gotta be borderline retarded to shop anywhere else than Schaefer Imports.
Ashley Schaefer Motors. We're the best dealership in the best part of town with the best cars. We're the best. Plus, Friday.
Yeah, so I want to make a commercial like that. They're married, Binks. Have 13 kids. I just kidding. Bix, she is my girlfriend. She's my girlfriend. If you ask her, she thinks that we're engaged. So it depends who you ask. Should definitely do a commercial like that, but with a Texas twist. There's a better one, but she has my... Oh, hold on. There is a better one, but she has my audio mixed up, so I don't know how that sounded. That would go crazy on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. I'll make one of these days.
No.
Gotta get the girls.
No.
Alright, let's see. So, Airbox, let me look that up, Dustin. Airbox. Corvette. Says it's a 1950s. Well, speaker form. They came across everybody didn't feel me on what that is. What are you doing?
I'm looking for my phone.
Let's see. Form was no help. I'll tell you what's help. Grok. Hey Grok, do you know what an airbox Corvette is? And describe it to me. What year is it?
The Airbox Corvette is a rare 1957 Chevrolet Corvette, specifically one of only 43 models equipped with the RPO 579E option, a racing package nicknamed Airbox for its cold air induction system. It featured a fiberglass intake plenum on the driver's side inner fender, channeling cooler outside air through a filter and rubberized duct to the Rochester fuel-injected 283 cubic.
All right, so it was, I guess, for a racing for a 1957 Corvette airbox. AI, man, AI knows everything. Sell that Rolex again. Yep, I'm sure Itzy's praying for that, I'm sure. But yeah, so tomorrow they will be. Tomorrow they'll be uploading some more classic cars for sale. I got an 84 Corvette, which definitely not going to buy. Here's another 87 with 132 on the miles. That's probably going to sell for like $5,000. But it's way too many miles. So I don't know. Take a look at it. When you buy a C4, the only reason I'm thinking about having, the only reason I bought the C4 I bought is one, because I don't have any Corvettes on the lot, and two, I just want something below $10,000 for people to buy. That's still a Corvette. That's what C4s are good for. Let's see what else they got. 96. Was this a? Is this a Grand Sport? Or at least an LT4? It's got fenders. I don't know if it's a real one or not. Let's see. Huh. Speaking of Grand Sports, looks like they may have one. This is a very cool car, the LT4. But they do make replicas of these. They make a lot of replicas of these. So you have to really double check the VIN number to make sure it's a real Grand Sport. Because there's a lot of clones. You might come to a lot wanting to see some of these. Let's see. Yeah, airbox was 457. I don't mind the C4 coupes, but I'm not crazy about the verts. I like the verts better than the coupes on the C4. I don't like that for all the other models, but C4, personally, I think it looks a lot better in a convertible. You might come to the lot wanting to see some believers. Yep, exactly. Look at that 89 Chevy truck you just scrolled past. Okay. 89 Chevy truck. Oh, this is an old turd. That's why I scrolled past it. This one's a turd. Paint's all messed up. Yeah. No bueno. Hold up by Staples. That's smart, Bobby. Keep inventory for people that need something 15 can under. Yeah, that's kind of my deal. I want to kind of spread out my sports car range to where, you know, I still, my bread and butter cars is between, on like Corvettes and stuff, is 20 to 30 grand. Around that $25,000 mark, really, but 20 to 30 grand for the classic and sports car is bread and butter. 15 to 20,000 is a good price point too, but I kind of want that. I still want a sports car for that 10,000 or less. So where people come in and, you know, they think they want a Corvette, but then they find out that they can't really afford it or didn't know, I don't know. And then they hear, well, here's one for $8,500. Okay, yeah. So I just want to kind of throw some more inexpensive ones into the mix. Got a lot of Firebirds. This one had a no start on its condition report. I wonder if they got that fixed. But yeah, they're uploading more cars tomorrow, so I'll go through these ones as they post them. Yeah, definitely a rattle can paint job on that car. Definitely. But what do you think about those Prowlers? I love the way they look. My dad's owned one. We've never had one since I've been there. They just really messed up by not putting an 8-cylinder in it. He's talking about this car. They should have put an 8-cylinder in here, a V8. but it's just a V6. It's a Hot Wheels car. Why would you not put a V8 in here? Because it was this car and something else. What's that? It's on the tip of my tongue. I forgot. They put another 6-cylinder in something. I've never been in one. I heard they're pretty small though. At least the ones I've seen some, they look so. I've never been in one. But we've been going strong here for about almost 2 hours, guys. So I think we're gonna sign off tonight and try to get some sleep and get ready for the rest of the week. So I appreciate all you guys tuning into these live streams. I really do. I appreciate that. I'm trying to do these as much as I can to try to keep you guys more engaged and build a better connection with y'all. But make sure to go check out my last YouTube video. I'll be posting some shorts this week. We'll go live Wednesday. We'll go live Wednesday about 10 a.m. About 10 a.m.-ish. Maybe a little later, actually, because it's the classic auction and that runs for a long time. So maybe 10:30. Maybe about 10:30 we'll go live. So we'll see there. But again, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and for all the support. So y'all take care. Have a great rest of the night. And try to get some sleep. And y'all take care. However, I sit well in the 70 commercials. Lots of headroom. See ya.